Good afternoon and welcome to your strategy guide ready for this week's GP event coming from Australia. We are going to get you dominating like Max Verstappen in absolutely no time whatsoever. So make sure to stay tuned, get your strategy hints and tips for this week's 8 opening round and 8 final round races, because we're going to make to get you through. There's around 7 weeks until the new season, so why not get your best result now? Because you've seen the season score challenges. I'm creating this early, so they should be out by now. If they haven't, something's gone drastically wrong at Hutch. But they should now be out, so you should be able to know what you now need to mastermind your challenges. So let's first of all wrap up. We're doing this on Wednesday, so we will see the qualifying score that we are currently on. Now, Australia GP, Nick de Vries 10%, George Russell 10%, Virtue all 10%. You know that already because you are playing GP, clearly. So let's get into the tracks. No messing around, let's kick straight in. Amazing qualifying session for us as well. And the tracks then for the opening and final round. We have Melbourne, 100% chance of rain. That's going to be tough. We've got Montreal with a chance of rain. We've got Hungary, Monza, Zandvoort, 100% chance of rain. We've got Austin, Austria, which is the fastest lap track for Saturday and Sunday. And we round off with the alternative Melbourne in the dry. So plenty of interesting tracks to come. Remember, we are picking the best boosts. If you don't have the best boosts available, anything with race start and cornering is going to be absolutely wonderful to you. And make sure you watch our guides and our rounds, because if we upload our rounds early, you can understand what you need to do or what not to do if we get it drastically wrong. So let's get into your track map, starting with race 1 and 8, which will be Melbourne. So in this one, we are going to run through all the strategies because race 1 has got fully wet and race 2 is dry. So we'll start with wet first because it's race 1. So basically P1 to P14-ish are all going to pit on lap 5. They are going to extend their stint out in the wet. They're going to do 5 wet, 3 wet. Everybody else from 15 down, roughly, will pit on lap 4 and do a 4-4. Now, your aim is going to be to get ahead of that second half of the field, and you will then undercut and absolutely fly on your outlap to undercut the drivers doing 5 laps. That is key. And remember, you've got to build a strategy time between your two drivers. Now, we are doing a 4-4. That is the best strategy round here. We've got Merlion and Kawhi from the front. We've also got Kawhi and Cuppa. So Cuppa helping your race start and cornering, Kawhi helping your race start, cornering, and your pit time. Because if you've got 2 cars on the same strategy, you're going to need to be as quick as you can in the pits. On the right-hand side, you can see the places to conserve right over there. You've got the home straight and that section through into sector 2. So you really need to conserve and attack in the corners. In the dry, which is your race number 8, as you can see above here, 3 soft, 2 soft, Merlion, Kawhi and Cuppa. And then you've got a 4 medium, 4 medium. So you might need a little bit of time management if you're around below 85 to really help you. But a 1-stop is very powerful around Melbourne. Lap 1 is tremendous race start. You need to make the most of your lap 1. Race 2, we are off to Canada and a track with a 28% rain chance. So this is very similar to what you've just seen in Australia. We've got a 3 soft, 2 soft, Merlion and Kawhi, and a 4 medium, 4 medium with Kawhi and Cuppa. Same strategies for those starting in P13 to P24, but Cuppa and Kawhi is the boost selected instead. Now, if it does rain, expect a lot of the AI to pit lap 5 and lap 6. So we're going to be going on the undercut and pitting on lap 4 and even as much as lap 3 if you start from the back. Obviously, if you're pitting lap 3, you want to push as hard as you can in the first 3 laps because you won't be able to push too much on that 5 lap stint. But it is very possible, very easy to do 5 laps So lap 5, potentially lap 6 for the AI. Now, over on the right-hand side, there is 2 massive places to conserve your tyres, down the home straight and down the back straight, producing like 25% basically of your power unit back if you conserve through it. So make sure to conserve. It can be a very difficult track. Race start, like it is at many tracks, is absolutely key around Montreal. Race number 3, Hutch chose Violence because it is Hungary, and then we've got Monza, and that is obviously with Canada before it. So Hutch chose Violence this week. We've got 4 soft, 4 medium from the front. You're going to need 95 tyre management plus to run 4 soft, and you're going to need to conserve a little bit. So just be careful. You may need to take a tyre boost. Something like SAR, like Movember, can work in your favour. If you can't do a 4 soft, 4 medium, you can do 4 medium, 4 medium. And then the alternate strategy is a 5 medium, 3 soft. So Merlion and Hook from the front, all the way out to Cuppa and Prince from the back. Prince helping you defend on the slower tyre. Now, looking over at the track map, there's no rain at this track anyway this week. We have got the home straight and the second straight where you can conserve a little bit to gain some power unit. If you don't already, the key to success in F1 Clash and your power unit is micromanaging, because the more percentage of power unit you recover, the more you can attack and make up those positions. We then move on to the notoriously difficult Monza, where races can be decided by the first corner alone. So fingers crossed you watching are going to get the luck this weekend, especially if you don't get a bad matchup, because this is a track which can give you bad matches quite easily and quite common. Monza, we've got no rain, so it's 3 soft, 2 soft from the front with that Merlion and Kawhi. Need around 90 tyre management to run softs. And we've got the ever solid 4 hard for driver 2 on both strategies. And then drivers starting P13 to P24, you can do the undercut, the 2 soft, 3 medium, 3 medium. Very difficult track. On the right-hand side, we have got your 3 places to conserve your power unit. Everywhere else is an overtaking opportunity, so make sure you hammer them conserving of the power unit. If you don't conserve and you don't micromanage, you're simply not going to make as many points as your rivals do. Next race up is race number 5, and it is 100% wet. It is Zandvoort where we are off to for race 5. So we're looking at the wet strategies above. We've got a 4 wet, 3 wet, and a 3 wet, 4 wet for both sets of strategies. Merlion and Kawhi, Cuppa and Kawhi, the standard boosts in there. Now, pretty much most of the AI are going to pit on lap 5, so feel free to extend to lap 5 if you are from the front. However, we prefer an undercut because you're not going to get absolutely heavy delay in the pit lane when everybody comes in. You will get a few that pit lap 4 as well, but predominantly most on lap number 5. So make sure you get in early. Tyres are not going to be a problem for you on these strategies either. Down the home straight, through the rest of Sector 1 and Sector 2, you can conserve. You can see that with the blue. So make sure to conserve power unit because there's some great overtaking. And Zandvoort is really a very strong point scoring track. Race number 6, and we're off to Austin. It's a completely dry track. And we've got some strategies. It's a 1-stop usually. You can run 3 soft, 2 soft, 2 soft from the front, but I recommend using that against a bot. If you're against a real player, then the preference would be to run the 3 soft, 4 medium. Those that listen to the strategy guide videos will get that information. Those that don't and take the screenshots won't know about that. Merlion and Kawhi, we've also got Cuppa and Prince to help you defend on the medium tyres. But you can see over on the right-hand side, this 1-stop track usually has got some great place to conserve power unit. Down the home straight, down the back straight, and attack through Sector 2 is really good, or even before the hairpin as you come out of Sector 1. So some great scoring here. Can be very tough with a bad matchup too, especially if you pushed through push further back, because that first corner up the hill can be an absolute nightmare sometimes. And then finally, it is race 7, but we've already done race 8, so we go to Austria. Now, Austria is the fastest lap circuit this weekend, so if you are running max score, you're going to need a fastest lap. You're going to need a fastest lap in opening round and the final round. So 2 rounds, you're going to need to perform your strongest at Austria. We've got the 3 soft, 4 medium, and the 5 medium, 5 medium from the front. Now you can swap that with the driver 2 strategy from the back, the 4 medium, 3 soft, if you want to give yourself multiple attempts at a fastest lap. If not, these are your solid strategies. Very good point scoring opportunity is Austria. On the right hand side, you can see there is 3 straights, 3 key places to conserve your power unit. If you are going for a fastest lap, you need 100% power unit as you attack from the last corners and do a full lap. Use the rest of the laps to conserve power unit to hopefully give yourself another chance at an fastest lap attempt. So that is your 7 tracks done out of 8 because 1 is duplicated twice. So I hope you have an absolute blast. Remember, we've only got roughly 7 weeks to the new season starts. So I really want you to go ahead and smash your GP rounds. No legendary drivers this week, so scores may lower a little bit as people suffer without Mr. Prost with his 98 qualifying. So this is a really good chance this weekend for you to go and score big points and hopefully fill your season challenges up higher with a great performance.